Welcome to Beckenham, where Thurrock play away, obviously, to Beckenham. I haven't managed to get a team sheet for Beckenham. Apologies for that. I'll just have to stick with the Thurrock sheet. At 1 we have Jack Cowman, Ben Flat at 2, and Catch Pole at 3. Tanny Loka 4, Malachi Watts Adams 5, 6 Dan Olf, 7 Will Lewis, 8 Jay Jennings, 9 Daryl Worcester, 10 Ben Stanley, 11 Ahmed Amanu, Cody Holloway at 12, Caelan Watts Adams at 13, 14 is Nathaniel Farrell, 15 is Harry Reynolds, at 16 we have Sian Arawalu, 17 Kieran Sherman Coulson, and 18 Sam Ingram. Should be a tough game, although Thurrock had a tough game last week against second placed in the league and managed to come away with a win. Tight and tough game, but interesting nevertheless. Here come Thurrock out onto the pitch. I will just switch over now to the scene so you can see what's going on. Just a quick update, tomorrow we have T-Birds 2s away to Wasps, which is it's not really a league decider. If T-Birds 2s win, they've won the league, even though they have another game at home to Chesham the following week. So having a cracking season, T-Birds 2, and T-Birds 1s are at home to London Irish, I believe. So good weekend for rugby all round. Beckenham now coming out onto the field. Apologies, I'm just going to use numbers for Beckenham. As I just said, I haven't got their names. I should get most of the Thurrock names. I know most of them now, but there are a few new faces and a few old faces that have come back. But I'll do the best I can. So, looks like it's Thurrock to kick us off with Ben Stanley ball in hand, so I presume it's going to be Ben. Deep into the Beckenham half, balls bounce awkwardly for Beckenham, picks it up, gone to ground just outside the 22, shipping it to the centre. I think that's their 9's just gone to ground. Will Lewis taking him down with the help of Tanny Loka, I think. Boot across field, just bounced inside. The linesman said it bounced on the line. It actually looked inside to me, but there you go. Taken back to the 22. So Thurrock attacking from the off, as always. Loka in the air, picks the ball up nicely. Into the maul, straight out the maul. Cody Holloway now trying to make some ground. Shipped out to Malachi Watts Adams. It's gone to ground. Tanny wrestling to keep the ball, manages to. Shipping it out further right. Cody again going into contact. Thurrock still in possession. Looks like Caelan Watts Adams was pulling out the bottom of that scrum to ruck to pass the ball out. Tanny makes a heroic run for the line. The ref says it's held up. It's unfortunate because it's a great little run. Goal line drop out, straight to the hands of Ahmed Aminu comes running straight back at Beckenham, back up to the 22. Looks like there may have been a knock on there. Unfortunate, because Thurrock were on the advance again. So, first scrum of the game, just outside the Beckenham 22. Ref not happy with the scrum. Strong scrum by both sides, holding tough. Starts to wheel a little. Daryl Worcester trying to stay on side, manages so. Beckenham now on the advance with the ball, made it to the halfway line. Chip him right. Cody Holloway trying to get out of the way. Beckenham now on the advance. Thurrock picked the ball up from that backhanded throw. Was a little bit opportunistic, that pass. Somebody's alarm going off. So Beckenham kick to touch. Find it inside the Thurrock 22. Long ball, Beckenham pick it up. Thurrock don't go in the air. Beckenham dragged to the ground. Long pass out. Good hands by Beckenham here. Stolen by Thurrock. Tried to kick away, but it's bounced off a Beckenham player. It's going to be my word of the day as an opportunistic try scored there. Beckenham get the first score on the board. All the pressure Thurrock putting on Beckenham, they come away with a lucky try. But it happens in this game. Beckenham tend to take the conversion. It's just tucked inside the right post to give Beckenham 7 to start. Good start for Beckenham. Thurrock will be eager to come back at that to set the score straight. Ben Stanley to restart the game for Thurrock. Big kick downfield once again. Knocked on there by Beckenham. Beckenham 5. Couldn't manage to keep his hands on it. Dropped from his hands onto his knee and then forward. So Thurrock now up at the Beckenham 22. Ben to kick for the corner, which he finds nicely. Jennings in the air, comes down nicely for the maul. Maul going backwards and forwards, doesn't seem to be making much ground. Now driving forward, great maul by Thurrock. Everyone's confused as to who has the ball, including me. Ball's gone down, Worcester out to, and Catchpole, I think that is, it's gone to ground. Saved him dropping the ball, which he almost did. Can't see who that is that's picked and gone. Worcester out to Loker, I think that was. Worcester to and Catchpole again, and Catchpole goes into contact. Worcester out to Ben Stanley. Ben Stanley looking for a run. Passes two players, goes to ground. Beckenham 12 down on the floor, getting some assistance from the physio. I believe the ref has blown up for Beckenham not releasing after the tackle. So Thurrock ball, probably about 8 metres from the Beckenham try line. Thurrock eager to equalise the score. Worcester puts the ball in for Thurrock. Scrum goes down. Beckenham cheering. Refs resetting. Beckenham thought they'd won that scrum. Scrum ready to go again. Holding tight on both sides. Ball comes out to Worcester. Worcester out to, I think that's Harry. Not sure. Thurrock pick up an advantage. Worcester again, running forwards, goes to ground. Another advantage to Thurrock. Thurrock tap and go and dab the ball down, but the ref's not having any of it. Didn't see whatever, it looks like it was a high tackle. So scrum down to Thurrock. Still in the Beckenham 22, Thurrock keeping great pressure on Beckenham now. We just need to make this pressure count and get some results on the board. Another great scrum by Thurrock, driving forward this time. Worcester with the ball, ships it out to Stanley. Stanley to, I think that's Cody Holloway or Will Lewis. 10 gone to ground. And there's the response to the first try by Beckenham. So 5 on the ball for Thurrock. Didn't see who scored that. It's Ben that's high-five, not Ben, yeah, it's Ben that's high-fiving everyone, so I'm assuming it's Ben. Harry Reynolds to take the conversion for Thurrock. Great hoof. And just short of the post, unfortunately. It was bang on target, just short of the post. Trying to work out which way the wind's blowing. I think it is blowing towards where Harry was taking the kick from. So the score now 5-7 to Beckenham. Beckenham to restart us. Big kick way over left. Picked up nicely by Tanny Loka. Charges forward. Goes to ground. Worcester trying to dig it out. Box kick. It's gone straight out, so we have a line out just outside the Thurrock 22. Throw taken, I believe it wasn't straight. Scrum down to Thurrock, just outside their 22. Apologies if there's any jumpiness on the screen. I'm standing on top of a container, and every time I move it, it moves. So the tripod's moving. Big scrum by both sides once again. Taken out by Jay Jennings. Oh, dummy there to Worcester. Jay twisting and turning, goes to ground eventually. Just outside the halfway line. Now is Ahmed Aminu trying to work his way forward, but he's just going cross field. Out to Malachi Watts-Adams. Malachi Watts-Adams driving forward another few metres. Worcester out to Ben Stanley. Ben Stanley with a kick across field. Picked up nicely by the Beckenham winger, who kicks back. The ball seems to just hang in the air. Picked up by Cody Holloway. Taken to ground on the 10 metre. Harry Reynolds picks it up, lifted off the floor and taken to ground. Now Ahmed Amman, who's looking for a way through, ducking and diving. They have him round the throat, but he eventually gets to ground. Ref's given a Beckenham, a call to Beckenham for not releasing, I believe. Can't see because he's got his back to me. So scrum down to Beckenham, just shy of the 10 metre. Great drive there by Thurrock. Starts wheeling.
on, Beckenham!
So scrum down, just swapped who has the ball in the hand. It's now the Beckenham 9 rather than Worcester for Thurrock. Practically the same position. Great drive again by Thurrock. Beckenham come away with the ball, stopped by Will Lewis, and Worcester takes the Beckenham player to ground. Beckenham advancing on Thurrock 22, still in possession, chipping it across left now. 10 ducks and dives taken the ground by Ben Stanley and co. Chipping left still. Watts Adams now holding on to the Beckenham player. It's the Beckenham 10. Beckenham still come away with the ball. Crash into the Thurrock line. Cody hanging on to somebody's shirt towels there. Beckenham shipping right. Straight into contact with Jack Cowman. Tanny Loka goes in and picks up. Looked like the ball was out. I'd presume the ref saying it was offside. Cody questioning the referee's decision, as he does from time to time. So Beckenham to kick to touch, which they find in the car park. Just missed somebody's boot and straight off the back of somebody bonnet and straight off the back of someone's boot. Oh, line out on the 5 metre. Beckenham 2 to take the line out. Thurrock don't contest. They go straight. Beckenham goes straight into the maul, driving well.
Come on, Beckenham!
Beckenham driving half the try line, but Thurrock stopping them. That Farrell pushed over. Thurrock turn it over, kick downfield to release the pressure, but it's only made the 5 metre mark. So here we go again. Line out in the same position. Beckenham 2 to take the throw. Beckenham in here nicely. Straight down into the maul again. Ball's gone loose. And Catchpole intercepts the Beckenham player that picks it up. Beckenham now shipping left again. Little dummy there, I don't think it was on purpose. Taking the ground by Nat Farrell. Messy play now by both sides. Looks like Beckenham not releasing there.
Knock on, ref!
The crowd think there was a knock-on missed as well by Beckenham, but Ben Stanley to clear the Thurrock lines, and he kicks it straight at me. Missed me. Thanks, Ben. So it's just outside the 22 now. We're going metre by metre back down the pitch. Thurrock need to release this pressure in order to get the next try to take the lead. There's a Thurrock player down, I believe it might be Jack Cowman. Just getting some assistance from Alex. Alex, the Thurrock physio. Around about 23 minutes elapsed time. Score stands at 5-7 to Beckenham. Looks like it may be Jack Cowman's ankle. He's just having it strapped up and going to carry on. It's Dan Olf to take the throw for Thurrock. Jay Jennings in the air, picks the ball up nicely, ships it out to Worcester. Worcester on a runner, going all the way on his own, kicks downfield. He's now got to chase it. I think he's just realised that. What a cracking hoof. He's more or less made the 5 metre, or he has made the 5 metre mark with that cracking run. I think he's glad that went out. I don't think he could have sprinted the whole length of the field like that, as fit as he is. So Thurrock line out, Dan Olf to take the line out for Thurrock. Tanny Loca in the air, picked up nicely. Maul driving forward, heading for the line. Shame we can't go a bit more south towards the posts. Worcester comes out with the ball. I think he may have been taken out. No. I believe the ref's given the try. That try to Worcester. Brings the score to 10-7 Thurrock. Harry Reynolds to take the conversion. Couldn't get much further away from the posts. Harry going through his routine, takes his run up. Big high ball, but once again, just is bang on target, just shy of the post. The score remains at 10-7 Thurrock.
You can do it! Come on, Beckenham!
Some Beckenham supporters right in front of me. Ball goes straight to Malachi Watts-Adams. Picks it up nicely, goes to ground. Worcester with box kick. Straight over towards Ahmed Aminu. Picked up by Beckenham though. Beckenham shipping back into their own half. Coming forward again. Tanny with a missed tackle there. Beckenham still shipping left. Out to the far wing. Break free. Beckenham taken to ground. Flip cut. Worcester with that looked like the ball went loose in his hands there. But I think the ref has given it. Beckenham responded immediately. That looked like he dropped the ball as he was placing it. It's been given.
Save again! Save again, Beckenham!
That's 12-10 to Beckenham, pending this conversion by the Beckenham 10.
Well done, Mama! My son! Save again!
There's the other two. So it's 14-10 to Beckenham. And that's about 30 minutes in. So Ben Stanley once again to restart us for Thurrock. Deep down the left again. Picked up by the Beckenham winger. It's taken to ground by Farrell and Watts-Adams. Malachy Watts-Adams, that is. Now taken to ground by Tanny. Shipping left. It's a forward part, a knock on there by the Beckenham 9, I think that is. Can't quite see from here. Right on the Beckenham 22, right in front of the post. Apologies, it wasn't the winger, that was the Beckenham 2. He was out on the wing. Didn't much look like a winger to me. As always, if anyone wants a shout out, just drop a message in the chat, I'll try and get to it. So scrum down to Thurrock. Worcester to put the ball in for Thurrock. Better drive there by Beckenham. Ball was shipped out. Thurrock player dropped it. It just rolled off his feet forward and knock on now. Scrum down to Beckenham, a few yards to the left. Ref not happy with the scrum, sits them back up. Good drive by Thurrock once again. Past to Will Beckenham, come away to the right. Great tackle there by Will Lewis. Thurrock not rolling away after the tackle by the look of it. Tap and go by Beckenham. Cracking tackle there by Cody Holloway. Ball's gone loose, it's been knocked on left, right and centre there, I think. Cody stayed down, it's back up again. Initial knock on by Beckenham, I couldn't have told you who that was. It was pinballing around in the middle of the legs there. Oh, scrum down to Thurrock, just outside the 10 metre.
27 passengers are due to fly up the back. And it's shipped for 2 days now. Well, sort of. Because you pay for all in place. You get higher airlines. Lucky enough, we've got systems that we can go with GPS, sort out the flights, things so general. We just got to deal with it, we've got to deal with each one.
Daryl Worcester to put the ball in for Thurrock.
Yeah, arrangements 6 o'clock now for the wedding. We're mid-Atlantic. I had to turn back, which that means because they were all to the fly.
Once again, ref sits the scrum up, not happy.
So they rebooked them out of Montego Bay via Atlanta back to Heathrow, which they're not happy about, so they're out managing to get Monday. flying up the last bit,
Darryl puts the ball in. Still moving, still moving. Darryl told to leave it so that they can continue. Worcester comes out, does a little left-right, taking the ground. No 9 presented, out to Will Lewis. Will Lewis goes to ground. Thurrock inching forward now. Worcester back on 9 duties. Cody Holloway over. Holloway. Darryl back to Cowman. Cowman goes to ground. Loker over the top, out to Ben Stanley. Ben Stanley across to Watts Adam. Watts Adams to Harry Reynolds. Harry Reynolds taking the ground, offloads to Cody Holloway. Cody Holloway driving forward. Watts Adams, Kalen that is, over the top. Darryl with the box kick forward. Harry on a runner. Little nod there by Darryl Worcester for the run. Tap and go by Beckenham. I didn't see what that was for. I'll see when I rewind the video when I get home. Didn't see what that was at all. Farrell picks the ball up, grab around the waist, drops the ball, and it's gone forward, unfortunately. So Beckenham now in the Thurrock half. Quick shout out to Mark and Tracy Jennings, who I'm sure at home in Chafford 100 watching their son Jay, who's there at the back of the scrum playing 8. Shout out to Guy and Steph, I'm sure they're watching both their boys, Kalen Watts Adams and Malachi. Well, I've got a feeling I've seen Guy here, so they may not be watching at home. Beckenham now coming across right, ball's bounced and picked up. Farrell takes the Beckenham player to ground, driven off the ball. I think there's a high tackle there by Thurrock. Ref's bringing it back. Beckenham trying to do a tap and go, not having it.
Come on, Beckenham!
Mandy as well, presume she's watching at home, rather than doing the housework. That wasn't a high tackle by Thurrock. It was against Beckenham. So again, sorry, it's difficult to tell what's going on sometimes. It's happening so fast and such a small screen. Could have sworn the ref held his hand up first the other way and across his throat for the high tackle. Clearly I was wrong. So scrum down just outside the Thurrock 22. Thurrock's opportunity to clear the lines again. Ben Stanley waiting in the background for a kick if he can, if he's needed. I get a feeling Darryl's going to try for another run. He's looking energetic today. Great scrum by Thurrock, driving forward. No, it does go to Ben. Ben with a little run, and a kick down the middle, finds the Beckenham fullback, who now comes running back. That looked forward from there. The ref's not seen that. That was clearly a forward pass from here. Even shouts from the crowd. Kicked off field by Darryl Worcester, I think. Finding a spot just outside the 22, according to the lino. Now 37 minutes elapsed time. Can't be long left to play of this half. Indeed, I did see Guy. He's just offered to buy me a drink, but stuck on top of his container. I can't risk it in case I need the loo. Long throw, not contested again by Thurrock. Beckenham shipping it right. Beckenham starting to keep Thurrock under pressure now. They're edging their way into the 22. Darryl Worcester being driven off. Still in possession. Shipping left again. That was forward again. The ref's seen this one. But he's bringing it back for Thurrock not rolling away.
Hi, Jackie.
So it looks like the Beckenham 10's kicking the touch. Indeed he is. The wind's caught that, driven it left. So just outside the 5 metre, I believe. Difficult to tell from this distance. So line out to Beckenham. Once again, not contested. Straight to the maul. Maul goes to ground. Beckenham still in possession. Shipping it right now. Big contact there, and Thurrock come away with the ball. It's like a magician. Farrell now on the run. Almost stepped out, ships it back to one of the Watts Adams and then to the other Watts Adams, I believe. Beckenham almost turned that over. Malachy straight on the ball. Ref's giving it to Thurrock. Ben Stanley to kick the ball downfield. He's found it just inside the other half. Great kick there by Ben. So his confidence is building and he's kicking further and further unless the wind caught that one. Looks like Jack Cowman might be down again. He looks like he's in a lot of pain with his ankle. Looks like he's going to soldier on. He's got up and he's running on it again, but his face was contorted in all manners just now. But he looks like he's going to soldier on.
Take it on, Darryl. Let's look the ball down.
So Dan Olf to take the line out for Thurrock. I think it's Dan Olf because he's wearing the 7, and on my list I've got Will Lewis the 7, but I know he's not Will Lewis because he's wearing the 6, which should have been Dan Olf, so I got a feeling they've just swapped shirts. There's Dan in the air. That's Worcester out to Ben Stanley. Farrell now on the run. Dancing over Beckenham players. Worcester out to, I thought it was Jay, but it's gone past Jay. Didn't see who that was. Darryl out to Tanny. Tanny taken to ground. Darryl out to Cowman, a little bit sloppy, but it got there. Darryl out to Watts Adams. Watts Adams with a basketball pass out to Dan Olf. Big hit there to push Dan Olf off the field by the Beckenham 14 with a couple of pats on the head. Thinking that will get inside of Dan's head, it won't.
Good run that.
So Beckenham line out inside their 22. Jay Jennings up to block. Beckenham have lost the ball. Daryl Worster on the advance again, so Beckenham now under pressure. Presenting the ball. No one there to pick it up. Oh, big hit there on Tanny Loka. Ball's loose. Thurrock not releasing. Beckenham turn it over. It's like a game of tennis. Is going backwards and forwards. Who's got the upper hand and the pressure on? Now Beckenham are kicking for me. It's gone straight over the roof into the driveway. Beckenham 2 to take the line out. Thurrock pushing up hard. Take Beckenham to ground almost on the spot. This time it's Beckenham not released. No, Beckenham in at the side. Playing mind games again, the number 4. Being told to walk away by the ref. Oh, Thurrock ball, Ben Stanley to kick to touch. And there's the half-time whistle. So score remains at 14-10 to Beckenham. Darting down to look at the computer to see what the score is, and it's right in front of me on the board. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break. See you in a little while. like they're coming back out into the field. Well, Beckenham are. Thurrock didn't bother going into the changing rooms. Just had their team chat out on field. So Beckenham now playing right to left. Beckenham 10 to restart the game. Quick look around the field, or at least on the Thurrock side, doesn't look like there's been any changes. Yeah, I think it's all the original 15. Remembering to do the clock, makes a change for me. Kick down the centre, straight into the hands of Tanny Loka. Tanny Loka hit and brought to ground. Thurrock with a kick downfield, straight into the hands of the 15. Little duck and dive around Amanu. Still running. Still running. Looked like another forward pass and then a juggle and a knock on. Otherwise Beckenham were on the rampage once again. So, it looks like it's going to be a scrum down on the Thurrock 22. This is a very different Thurrock team. As the Watts Adams brothers, Mum just said to me, quite a few of the old boys in this team, and on the bench a few youngsters that I've not heard their names before, so a very mixed up team. I think we were struggling to put it together today. There's a few just had to drop out for some reason. Ben with a kick downfield, finds touch on the 10 metre or thereabouts, just bounced inside nicely. So Beckenham 2 to take the line out. So just outside the 10 metre. I think I said inside. Taken nicely, chip to the 9, out to the 10. Free now driving his way forward. Hits Tanny Loka, goes to ground with a bit of help from Jack Cowman. Shipping back to the fullback. He's right in the middle there. Still shipping out to the 5. Beckenham 5. Taken the ground by Will Lewis. Cowman stayed down to avoid. Watts Adams straight in there for the interception. The knock on. There's some booing going on from the crowd saying it was an intentional knock on. Ref thinks differently. Watts Adams stays on field. Beckenham 10 to kick to touch. Doesn't find touch, finds Farrell. Farrell with his own kick back downfield. Finds another Beckenham player, goes across to the 18, I think that is. It's taken to ground. There's an advantage for Beckenham. Beckenham shipping it right. Let's bring it back for the earlier infringement. So Thurrock were offside. The 10 going to kick to the opposite touchline now. Makes this one straight on the roof. Just on the Thurrock 22. Beckenham 2 to put the ball in again for the Beckenham line out. Short ball. Read well by Thurrock. Immediately intercepted. Will Lewis takes the number 3 to ground. No, number 2 I believe it is, because the 3's now got the ball. Goes running straight at Dan Olf. Dan Olf brings him down with assistance. Beckenham buzzing like a wasp's nest now, trying to find their way through the Thurrock defence. Still in possession, shipping right again and again. Come to a full stop in front of Watts Adams, I think that was. Or Harry, not sure. Coming left again to the 18, to the 7. Advantage. Beckenham. I believe Thurrock were offside again. Kick to touch. There were shouts from the crowd to take the points. The crowd obviously not as confident as the team. It's a close game, 14-10, so the crowd may have been right. We'll see in about 30 minutes time. Picked up nicely at a set piece. Will Lewis straight in there to pick up the ball. Don't think he's managed it. No, Beckenham still in possession. Shipping left. Great pick up there by the Beckenham player. Ref's bringing it back. Beckenham advantage again. Ref's having a word with Cody, I think that is. I think Cody's the captain today. Beckenham with a tap and go. And it looks like Beckenham has scored again. Another 5 on the board. Brings the score to 19-10 Beckenham, pending this conversion. Looks like it's drifted left, so the score remains at 19-10 Beckenham.
Heads up, boys.
Ben Stanley to restart us for Thurrock. Picked up by Beckenham, kick straight back downfield. Goes out just by the 10 metre. Darryl tried to do what he could, but it was just too tall. Looked like Darryl thought it was a Thurrock line out. I think he thought he went straight out, but the ref was saying that he took it out, I think. Oh, shipping it across right. Knock on there. Thurrock in possession. Cody Holloway now running forward after Watts Adams offloaded to him. Thurrock up to the 10 metre. Daryl Worster trying to dig the ball out. Ships it across to end catch pole, I think that was. He's offloaded, and whoever he's offloaded to is underneath that pylon. Daryl now on a runner again, turning to break the contact. Kicks downfield, only to find the winger who kicks back again. Almost picked up by Ahmed. A knock on to Beckenham. Scrum down just inside the 10. Big drive by Beckenham this time. Ship it left and again and again. Ball's gone loose. Cody's driving fast. Great tackle by Holloway. Takes him to the ground inside their 22. Thurrock turn it over. Advantage Thurrock. Beckenham player won't release the ball. It's the fullback, number 15. Thurrock wanted to go fast. Prevented from doing so. Ben Stanley to kick to touch. Nice little tap through. Dan Olf once again to take the line out for Thurrock. Jay Jennings in the air, picks it up nicely, goes down into the maul. Maul's driving forwards nicely. Another couple of metres and they're there. Going sideways. Daryl Worster, I think, with a dive for the line, didn't quite make it. Thurrock still in possession. Picking and going, picking and going. Still in possession. Daryl again ships out to Cody, I think it was. And he puts it down. I thought he'd hurt himself there. There's another 5 on the ball for Thurrock there. Right in front of the post this time. Both sides putting up a valiant fight. 15-19 pending this conversion by Harry Reynolds. Harry, I'm sure you can slot this one. I think Jay Jennings' mum could. There's another 2. Thank you, Harry. That brings Thurrock within 2. The fight is on.
Take the ball now, Thurrock.
Looks like Beckenham have made some changes. 10 to restart us. Goes left. Ball goes out just shy of the 22. Dan Olf to take the line out for Thurrock. Danny Loker in the air, flicks it out to Daryl Worster, who passes out to Ben Stanley, who twists and turns, goes to ground. Just outside the 22 now. Daryl out to Will Lewis. Thurrock still in possession, but Beckenham trying to clear out and manage a turnover. But Beckenham on the attack again. Beckenham free, taken to ground by... Didn't see who that was. I think it may have been Cowman. Ben Stanley takes the Beckenham player to ground, still on the 22, 5 driving forward. The ref reaches for his pocket and there's a yellow card straight away. Ben Stanley stayed down, but I think he's having a breather. Didn't see what that was for, but there's a Beckenham player taking the walk of shame. No, he's not. Who's been sent off? I can't see who's been sent off. Did I see something? It was a high tackle there on a Beckenham player and no one seems to have left the field. No, Beckenham kicked a touch. I thought it was, first of all I thought it was Thurrock, then I thought it was Beckenham. Then I saw the Beckenham player walking towards the wing. I can see the culprit now. On the far side, Danny's taking a slow handball to the edge. I know, he's still on field as well, so God knows what happened there. Apologies, I'm rambling. Beckenham still in possession, putting pressure on Thurrock. Switching, shipping right. Taken the ground by Ben Stanley again. Ben's going to feel this in the morning. Beckenham still in possession, still driving forward. Thurrock benefit from a non-release there, I believe. Oh, Tannier's gone off. He's walking down the touchline with his scrum hat in his hands. He's such a tall lad, it's difficult for him to not do some high tackles. All you've got to do is dip an inch and he's so tall he can't get down. It's me making excuses. There's the kick from Thurrock, finds a Beckenham player, comes running straight back at Thurrock. Fast run here by Beckenham. He's found his way through and resulted in a smashing try. Sorry Thurrock, but that was a deserved try. He just danced around everybody. He scored to 24-9. Should be 17, sorry. Thurrock were edging their way towards the Beckenham scoreline and they've allowed them to reopen that gap with another 7 pending it, or 5 I'll spit it out in a minute, allowing them another 7 points if this conversion goes through. So Beckenham tend to take it, just slots that through easily, bringing the score to 26-17. For their own sanity, Thurrock need to respond quickly with another 2.
Heads up, Thurrock boys, come on, let's keep it going, lads. Up in a line.
Oh, Harry Reynolds to restart us this time. Picked up by Beckenham, kicked back downfield. think that actually went out a bit before there. That's where it bounced. But there you go. I think Ben Stanley's gone off. Who's replaced him? I can't see. Probably why Harry took the restart there. But Ben's gone off. I think he took a hard hit shortly after I said he's going to field this in the morning, and stayed down in 22 and now has gone off. Jay Jennings in the air, picks up nicely, goes into the maul. Darryl Worster with the ball, kicks out. Down off, looking for that ball for a runner. Beckenham 2 to take the line out. There's 2 balls on the field. Picked up nicely by Ant Catchpole. Ball's gone loose.
Come on, make sure we
didn't see what that was for. Harry Reynolds to take the kick for Thurrock. There's a clean player in the background now. I can't see who that is. I think he may have taken up the fullback position and taken Ben Stanley's place on field. Oh, big bounce off the roof of that nice shiny new car. So Thurrock line out just inside the Beckenham half. Dan off to take the line out for Thurrock. Dan having a chat with the Beckenham 9. Jay Jennings having his blocks taped up, I think. It's now ready. Didn't look like anyone knew what was going on there. Nobody went up. Resulting in Beckenham picking up the ball. Beckenham putting Thurrock under pressure again, shipping the ball out right. And another try. Bringing the score to 31-17. I think the whoever's running the scoreboard here was a little bit ambitious there. They put it up to 35. It's gone back down to 31-17 now, pending this conversion from the outer reaches of the 22. Taking quite a long time to take this kick. Even the ref's looking at his watch. Big hoof, and he's made it. Cracking kick. That brings the score to 33-17. 24 minutes elapsed time, still enough time for Thurrock to come back. Low kick, just outside the 10 metre. Beckenham pick it up. Coming back at Thurrock, shipping it left. They're full of enthusiasm now. Beckenham can smell more tries in the air. Shipping it left fast. Great tackle there by Amanu, but offload was taken to the 16. The 16's now on a flyer and looking for the posts. I think that was the sub for Beckenham. Let's just put another 5 on the board for them. It's a score to 38-17. Thurrock not making it easy for themselves. Just had it pointed out to me that Beckenham are second in the table behind Medway and need this win, which would put them above Medway into first position. Up until recently this was a tough game, so Thurrock have done themselves proud, I think. That's drifted left after that cracking kick from the other side on the wrong foot, where he managed to get it from the edge of the pitch on the 22. He's not managed to get that one halfway closer, so confusing. Score remains 38-17. Harry Reynolds to start kick us off. Cody Holloway's off the field. Cody back on. Harry to restart. It's come on the outside of his boot. Didn't go 10. Beckenham decided to play it. Knock on to Thurrock on the halfway line. There's cries from the crowd it didn't go 10 referee, but the Beckenham player decided to play the ball. So, ref's completely right. Scrum down. Daryl Worsted put the ball in for Thurrock on the halfway. Good drive there by Beckenham, but Thurrock come away with the ball, chipping it out to Cody Holloway. Gets it off to Farrell. Farrell goes to ground. Looks like Harry Reynolds is playing 9 now. No. There's Daryl still on. Pick and go there by Ahmed. Jay Jennings playing 9 now. He wishes. Out to Jay. Jay to... didn't see who that was. Jay over the top. Daryl Worster out to Harry Reynolds. Harry Reynolds with a duck and dive. Goes to ground. Just on the 10 metre. Daryl trying to dig the ball out. Nice little pass on to Farrell. Farrell turning round. Being dragged out, he hasn't got the ball anymore. Punch is being thrown by the 16 there, Beckenham. Don't know if that was on camera or not. Loose ball. Looks like it was a forward pass there by Thurrock. Danolf stays down, gets up again. Beckenham make a substitution. Can't see from this distance with the muddy back what that number was. Looked like an early shove by both sides there, rocking backwards and forwards. Ref sits them up, goes again. Very early push there by Beckenham. Ref's seen it straight away. Thurrock ball. Tap and go by Darrell. Straight to Jay Jennings. Jay Jennings on a runner. A few metres taken to ground backwards. Out to Will Lewis. Will Lewis another couple of metres. Gone to ground. There's confusion galore there. Shipping left now, Thurrock in possession. I think that was Caelan Watts-Adams, went to ground, offloaded up. Tap and go again by Darrell. Oh, that looked round the neck. Bearing in mind, I've forgotten that. Thurrock are playing with 14, which is why those tries were coming thick and fast. That was right round Darrell Worcester's throat. Looks like the 14's apologising. There's no card coming, I don't think. It was quite a rough one. Apologies, there's a Beckenham player on the floor there. I didn't see that. It's only behind Worcester and Alex. Or Leighton even.
Sorry, Marco.
What? He's not sorry at all, is he? Looks like the, I think it was either the number 2 or 3 for Beckenham. I think it's the 3. Didn't get up, and now I think he's just gone off. Worse for wear. Don't believe a yellow card was shown. I haven't seen one come out. So looking in the dugout, it looks like, and Catchpole's off as well. Don't know who took his place. So Harry Reynolds to kick to touch. Just inside the 22 now. Thurrock need to pick this pace up a bit if they want to score a couple more to get back in contention. Line out to Thurrock, Dan off to take the line out, just inside the Beckenham 22. Tanny Loker in the air, so I presume he's come back on. So Thurrock back up to 15. Thurrock driving forward well. The maul shattered there, but still driving. Runner there by Loker. Worcester out to Cody now. Cody stops and ducks back left. He's running fast for the line, taken down just in front of the posts. Barrel now going left, all the way down the line. He's going to outrun everybody. No, he's grabbed by the arm and taken down. Thought he was going to make that over right in the corner. Worster coming right again. Oh, that looked like another high tackle on him. His throat's going to hurt in the morning. Ref's blown up in Thurrock's favour. Thurrock ship left. Now putting Beckenham back under pressure. Watts Adams driving over. Now Worster in there as well. Thurrock looking to crash again. I think that's Tanny Loker's crashed over. Don't think it's gone down yet though. From this distance you just can't tell whether the ball's going down or not. Shipping it out to Jay Jennings. Jay Jennings up against a brick wall. I believe it's now been knocked on. Pressure released from Beckenham. Unfortunate because Thurrock were banging on that door. They wanted that try. They were so desperate they could smell it in the air. It was so close and just didn't happen. A scrum down to Beckenham on the 5 metre mark. Ref very clear with his scrum commands. Good drive there by Beckenham. Thurrock sitting up. Ball shipped out to the right wing. Desperate kick there by Beckenham to release the pressure, but they've not even made the 22. I thought they would have taken more time with that. The confidence is building for them. Line out taken. Straight to Jay Jennings, shipped out to Harry. Harry to Will Lewis. Will Lewis driving forward still. Made it into the 22 again, keeping the pressure on Beckenham. Worster out to Harry Reynolds again. I think that's a knock on. Beckenham 16 looking for a run. Literally just carried off field. Some silliness going on with the 16 again. Sorry, I'm back on the game, but there's 2 Thurrock players, 3 Thurrock players and the 16. Having a tussle. Crowd getting involved. Big tackles being made, and then there's a few handbags, which happens in rugby, and then a lady from the spectators has run on and trying to stop what was going on, and it just gets a bit silly sometimes. 16 does seem to be a little bit aggy at times, but that's rugby. So scrum down on the 10 metre to Beckenham. Beckenham driving well. Comes out, goes right. Little kick downfield. Picked up nicely. I think it's offloaded. I think that's the 16 that's just knocked down. That tussle's got in his head. Scrum down on the Thurrock 22 to Thurrock. No, that's a line out. Apologies. It's gone long, gone to Will Lewis. Daryl Worster's now going on a run. Back to ground. Harry Reynolds over the top. Down off to play 9. It's been hit. Didn't think you could play the 9. But there you go. Shipping right. Jay Jennings. Jay Jennings out to Cody Holloway. Cody Holloway with the run through the middle of Beckenham. Back to ground. Beckenham turn it over. I think there's a knock on there as well. Beckenham now shipping right again. Taking the ground. Tony Loker in the middle there. Doesn't quite grab the ball. Beckenham stepping left and right regularly. Beckenham still in possession. That looked like a forward pass, but it was right in front of the ref and he didn't see it, so who am I to say it was? Beckenham now shipping right out to the wing. Another try scored, even though the Thurrock player was blocked by a Beckenham player there from getting to the ball carrier. It was a score to 43-17 to Beckenham. And that one's just slid left of the posts. Ref's called full time. Which is about right, 42-32 on the clock, maybe a couple of minutes more, but the score doesn't display the effort that was put in by both sides. It's certainly a good game of rugby, entertaining anyway. As I said, T-Birds are playing tomorrow at home against London Irish, and T-Birds 2 are playing away to... Who are they playing away to? Wasps, sorry. T-Birds 2 are playing away to Wasps. If they win that game, they have won the league. So, another good game, or two good games of rugby to be played and watched tomorrow. I'll be screening the T-Birds 2's game, obviously, as my daughter will be playing in 2s. But get down to Thurrock Oakfield and watch the 1s. And someone keep me abreast of the scores, please. I'll take my leave and say ciao for now. See you next time.